Site Speak. Everybody, this is Mike Valdez.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. You know, did you run into traffic this morning or?
A little bit, but not crazy traffic.
Do you live close to here?
No.
Where do you
I'm
live?
in Weston.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Do you commute to Miami every day?
Not every day, but
Oh,
a lot
okay.
of days. I spend a lot of time in Doral area.
How long does that take you?
Half hour, 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
not
it's
too
not-
bad.
not
I'm
terrible.
directionally challenged, so like I have no idea.
Okay, so where I'm at to Miami, I don't see traffic a lot.
Okay.
You know, all depends on the time.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's a good drive.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Are you from Miami?
Okay, I'm from the Dominican Republic.
Okay.
I've been here in Miami for a little time. You know, I've been here for 35 years already.
Wow.
A little bit more. So I'm a Miami guy already.
Yeah.
So my kid's born here. I met my wife here. She was born and raised in Miami. So my whole family is from Miami. So I'm a Miami guy already.
That's beautiful. So where's one of your favorite spots in Miami?
Wow. I have many. Okay.
You gotta give me
I'm
one.
a foodie. Like I love to eat.
So am I.
So favorite places, Manny's, Wood Grill, Doral.
Okay, now I'm embarrassed because I've never been there.
Oh, you're gonna love it. And every other place that has good food, I'm in love with. You know, Parrilleros in Doral too, and Weston, La Rural. Those are my places.
Oh, these are all the ones I need to check out.
Oh, yes.
Yum.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about yourself. When you first started working, what did you start doing?
When I came to Miami, right away I started working in home deliveries. That's what I do. That's what I've been doing my whole life.
And home deliveries, it sounds like self-explanatory, but can you tell me a
It's
little
not.
bit about what it is
Okay,
exactly?
So Final Mouse is the last touch on any merchandise that you have is home deliveries. It's going to the house and being installed. I'm in the appliances business. So I started working in 1991, long time ago, for
Yeah.
Sears.
I was born in 1989.
Okay, so you were a baby when I started doing deliveries for Sears on the appliances side. So I've been doing appliances since. So for many years.
Okay, so when you say doing appliances, did you work for a company to start off with? Or?
Yes, I was a contractor for a company that Sears had as a third party.
Okay.
And we used to do appliances, deliveries, and installations.
So what does that mean? Like if somebody went to Sears and bought a dryer, you're the one that would
Washer,
deliver
dryer,
it?
refrigerator. I was one of the guys going to the house, taking the old one and bringing the new one, installing it.
That's very like niche area. How did you
Yes.
get into that?
A friend of mine from New York called me and they say, hey, my company is going to Florida to start doing contractors. Here was employees, and they wanted to change from employees to to third parties. And she asked me about, hey, thank you, Josefina, for introducing me to the business. So, and I started because she called me. She found out that I was willing to do it, and pretty much that's how I started. From a call from a friend from New York.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
Yep.
And so when you first started as, it sounds like more of like an independent contractor
Independent
company.
contractor, yes.
Yeah, what did you do next?
Well, I worked in the truck myself with different helpers for 15 years. Then I went to work for a company as a do-it-all. Okay, I was a trainer, recruiter, contractor. I was doing many things.
When you say trainer and recruiter for what?
Recruiting guys to do what I used to do. Okay, and train them.
And when you say that you would like literally drive the trucks and you're the
Yes.
ones that would literally load it?
Yes,
Okay.
myself.
So that must have been a good workout.
Oh, yes, it was a good workout. A really good one because
Yeah.
it's heavy, it's hard work, and it's long hours.
That's really hard work. Wait, you said you did it by yourself?
With a helper, but
Oh,
I do
okay.
it, myself. Like,
Yeah.
Not paying somebody to do it. I
Yeah.
was the one doing it.
Oh, wow. So really
the
like
helper,
boots to the
yes.
ground.
Yes.
Amazing.
For many years.
Yeah.
Then I worked for another 10 years for a company, doing many things, from recruiting, from training.
When you say training, who were you training? Who were you recruiting?
I was recruiting guys to do what I used to do, deliver and install appliances in different places. So I started traveling everywhere from Seattle, California, Kentucky, Tennessee, everywhere, recruiting people and train people to do the same thing, deliveries and installations of appliances.
Wow. So when you do deliveries, like, do you do like cross-country deliveries too, or
No,
oh,
local.
okay,
Everything
local.
is local, but it's in different places. It's nationwide.
Okay.
So anywhere they sell appliances, there has to be a delivery company to do the delivery and the installations.
Okay.
So yeah.
You started working for this. So you worked for this company for 10 years doing everything. How did you like that, and how was that experience?
I loved it.
Really?
Yes, it was good. I was happy. I was extremely happy to be in that side of the industry, learning everything from the inside, because I only knew the deliveries, but now I'm learning the other side. And I didn't know at that time, but it was college for me. It was learning to be able to put my own company later, and that's what happened after 10 years of working for somebody else.
Did you take into when you were actually doing kind of the physical side and the actual deliveries, did you take that into your next role at this company? And did
Yes.
you feel like that actually played a big role in you growing?
Yes, definitely yes.
In what ways?
Because a lot of companies, what they have is people, that went to college, that have never been in a truck. They don't know how to, interact with the customers inside the house. Now I'm coming from, that side, coming to, now learning the office. It was even more difficult to me than the outside. But they didn't know anything about the outside. So that's what got us to work so good. They knew what they knew, and I knew my business, that it was deliveries. So that's what made the connection so good.
And what was especially difficult about kind of transitioning into the other side?
Learning how to not be a driver, installer anymore. Now
What does that mean?
Okay. We call it going to the dark side, like moving to the other side.
You liked going to the dark side?
Not really, but okay, I'm going to explain myself. Every installer out there think that people are sitting in the AC. They don't care about you. They just, pushing, calling people, bothering you, hey, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. So when we outside out there doing it, we think everybody else is just, relaxed in the AC doing nothing in front of a computer, just, pushing papers.
Right.
Now, when you go to the other side, there's more than just, okay, there's customer calling, where my stuff? There's people upset. There's a lot of people just doing so many things that we don't know, but because we out there doing it. So that was the difficult part is, okay, wow, these people are not the enemy. These people, we can work together. And that's what makes it so easy for me, because I was able to talk to the guys now. I say, no, listen, these people are not sitting, just sitting down, pushing papers. These people are working too. We can work together. And that makes that part of the business easier for me.
Was it the other way around too, that the more corporate side also thinks, oh, they're just delivery guys, what we do is a lot harder?
Exactly the same.
So it was kind of both bumping.
Yes, everybody thinks the same. These people, they fighting for everything. They just pushing back. They don't want to do anything. They don't know what we go through out there, and these people don't know what they go through in there. So it was
That's why everything is perspective.
Yes.
And so you played the mediator.
Yes.
That must have been difficult at times though, right?
It was. The beginning was really hard because I couldn't change my mind to be a corporate guy. I was not able to do it right away. It was, I was an installer. I was always pulling for the guy, for the underdog. I was never pulling for the people in the corporate office, sitting in the office. So
always underdog.
Yes. So it was hard. But we were able to work it out.
And how did you find navigating the different personalities? Because I can only imagine how interesting that must have been.
Very, very interesting, because personalities in this business is like, they're way different. Everybody's different. It took me a long time to learn that, the human side of the whole thing. A lot of people, we only see the faces. We don't know what they're going through inside. And so that was really challenging for me, because now I'm dealing with people in corporate that they know how to handle themselves in front of a computer. They can send emails and this and that. But I'm coming from the other. My background is delivering. So it was interesting, all the personalities.
Do you remember any sort of stories, any fun stories you have from when you were kind of juggling everything?
Yes, some. Okay. One of them is, okay, in the office, this guy is calling me, hey, I'm missing $100 from my paycheck. Okay. We don't get, like, in the contractors, we work for a month before we get paid a penny. So they hold on some of the money because you're a contractor, and claims can come and things can happen. So somebody in the office is telling me, this guy is crying for $100. What is that? And I say, oh, let's send him $500. And they're like, why? Oh, you say $100 is nothing. Let's put a little bit more. So I got in trouble. I got in trouble all the time because of things like that. Because I would say, $100 is nothing. Let's send him $500. Say, no, we only owe him 100. And I said, yes, but you say that's nothing. So he worked for that $100. Let's send him the money today. And it was interesting at the beginning, but we got it working somehow.
Wow, I love that. I love that you just bounced back like that. Just give me 500 then.
Yeah.
Or give him 500.
You don't know how hard it is to get $100 out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I used to be a lawyer.
Okay.
So obviously, like, I changed and now I work at a bookstore, and there's obviously financial differences with that. And it's something that I've learned, and $100 is $100. That goes a long way.
Well, let's talk about it. Let's go. Let's go for it.
Oh, you want to talk about how I quit being an attorney?
Yeah.
So yeah, I was an attorney for 10 years here in Miami, and I lost my soul. And so I was really excited to get it back. And so when I quit my job, I just decided to kind of chase my dreams and focus on more of my creative side and do endeavors like this. And I'm writing my book. So yeah, it's been like a big life change. So it's never too late.
Never too late. I know, because it took me a long time to realize that I was going to be able to do it on my own. Because I was so comfortable doing it for somebody else, I didn't want to go on my own.
Exactly, because you have the routine, and the stability of that is so hard to change. And and I can understand that mine was a career change, and yours in a way is a career change too. Becoming a business owner is so different. Yes. How did you make that leap? Because for me, like, life kind of, a bunch of things happened that forced me into a circumstance that was like, now is the time. What was it for you?
Exactly the same. Pretty much, I was forced to do it. The company that I was working for, that I gave my life to, they decided to sell. Okay? The new people coming in, they were not about having everybody with them. I was one of the lucky ones. They couldn't get rid of me because of so many things that I used to do for them. So, but I saw the changes, and I saw it, like, they're not going to fire me, but pretty much they started pushing me out little by little. And I realized it was, time to go. I was scared, super scared, because I was so used to that paycheck every week, and everybody knew me in the business, nationwide. So start from scratch, it was kind of hard. And I didn't have, anybody to back me up. So it was pretty much on my own. Talked to my wife said, let's go. And we did it. So
yeah. So how did you start that? Even from just like a logistical standpoint, like, did you get investors, or you were just kind of like, I'm going to do what I have with what I have and go from there? Okay.
So I didn't have time to get investors, pretty much. And nobody was ready to give me some money to start. So I talked to my wife. My wife is crazier than me, Christy. She said, let's go. We sold her car and we bought 2 trucks.
That's incredible.
Yeah. And we started like that. It was hard because we started my last day was December 20th. So Christmas was the worst, So my first money that I make as an owner was April Fool's. So I'm never gonna forget that date.
Your wife is like, are you joking?
No.
Is this real?
She was serious about it. So I didn't have any investors. I just left my dream job to start something new from scratch. And I was not looking to go and get the clients that my company, the company that I used to work, had. So I went in another direction. Anyways, moving forward, the calls started to come around February, and by March I already had contracts, and everything started slow, but it started moving so fast that it was, amazing, so fast that everything went with us.
Right. Let's rewind a bit. So when you left the company, did you have a non-compete?
No.
No. Okay. So
No.
you were allowed to get like any clients.
Yes, but as out of respect for the owners, the owners, they're selling the company, but they still own the company. Out of respect for them, because I have so much love for them that I was not going to go after their clients. It was not something that was.
And you have a name in the industry that you want to keep, and
Yes.
you're respected, and that's important.
Yes. And to this day, we still have a good relationship.
That's awesome.
We all have a great relationship.
So tell me the name of your company.
The name of my company is Mega Brothers Logistic.
Okay.
And it's a unique name because it's the 4 letters of my 4 kids.
Aww.
It's Mike, Eddie, Gio, Ashley. It's my kids.
That's beautiful. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. I love that.
Yes.
And so when you said you started, you sold your wife's car and you started, was it literally just you and your wife?
Yes, the 2 of us.
And how long was it just the 2 of you?
Maybe a year.
Wow. So were you guys just like in a truck constantly?
Well, no. She was in the office.
Okay.
I was outside looking for contracts. And I have few guys that came with me, that trust me. And they came, and till this day, they're still with me, And this is
That's beautiful.
Already 10 years in the making. It was 2015 when we started.
I know when I kind of started my life over again, I was kind of so worried about what other people thought and being like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Did that play into you, like starting a business, kind of like, oh, everybody knows I'm trying, and I kind of feel like, did that play into you at all? Or
not at all, because
That's
I didn't
amazing.
have time. I didn't have time to think. I was, because I have a family, I have people that I need to support, and so I didn't have time to think a lot. I needed to go work. I started working. I was working 24/7. All the time working, looking for something new. So I didn't have time to think about anything, about people, about reputation, anything. I was not able.
did you find it hard then to do the work-life balance with your kids and your wife?
Not really, because they all jump. Like my son was in the industry already. My oldest, Eddie, he was already working with me in the other company. He moved to another company, and he was there. And I told him, as soon as I can pay you, you're coming over. So he was my first hire. Was my son.
Beautiful.
He's the president of the company now, and he works really hard. And then we have more employees. Then we have Ashley, my daughter. She works with us. Her husband works with us, Matthew. And
It's a family
business. For real, it's a family business.
That's special to be able to like leave that legacy for your children as well.
Yes. And soon my grandkids are gonna start working with us.
Oh my gosh, you don't look old enough to have
Thank
grandkids.
you. But I had to throw it out there. I have 8 grandkids. So
8?
8.
How?
Okay.
Wait, so
Do I explain myself?
yeah,
How?
wait.
No, just-
How many per kid?
Okay, so I have my oldest. He has 3 daughters. Then my second, Gio, he has 2 kids. He has a boy and a girl. Ashley has 3 kids. It's 2 boys and a girl. So that's the 8. It's 3, 3, and 2.
I
And then
cannot
my
imagine the
youngest, Mike,
holidays.
he doesn't have any kids. He's in college. He's in Tampa University playing baseball. So he's still not married. But I'm expecting 4 from him. That way I have the dozen, and because they say it's cheaper by the dozen.
Oh my God. So you have an athlete in the family, someone who kind of branched out a little bit.
They all, not Ashley, but the 3 boys, they all play sports the whole life.
Oh, very cool. Did you play sports too, or?
Yes, but I was terrible because I like the street better than the plane. you
Yeah,
know?
me too. I was also terrible.
Yeah, I was a good athlete, but I was not disciplined at all because I wanted to be out there, getting, doing stupid things instead of playing baseball or basketball.
Yeah,
like
you
my
wanted to be
kids.
like a kid.
Yeah, no, I was terrible. I was a bad kid.
I did not have the athleticism or the work ethic to
No,
be a good
did,
softball
but
player.
not the work ethic. I was athletic, but not. It was too much for me.
So it's actually funny to hear you say that you didn't have work ethic as a child, because it seems like you're someone who has an incredible amount of work ethic.
But at 17, I found out I was gonna be a father. So that changed my life completely. It was like, wow, now what I'm gonna do, So I came to United States to start working because now I'm gonna have a kid. So that changed completely. My son changed my life.
So you moved to the U.S. for your son?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And was he already born when you moved to the U.S. or he was born here?
No, he was born in Dominican Republic. He was born there. I came right after he was born.
Okay.
I came.
And so when you had him and just like, I have a son now, it just completely changed your perspective?
Yes. Yeah. Now, I had to give up everything. Now I have a kid. Now I came and I met my wife right away. So
Yeah.
then we got married. We had 3 kids, 2 of them right away. So I have 3 oldest. And then Mike is the youngest. He's 9 years apart from Ashley.
Oh, beautiful. Me and my little brother are 9 years apart.
Okay.
I love
So
that relationship because it's like half sister, half maternal.
Yes, pretty much. Ashley, she thinks she's the mother of
The same.
Mike. Yeah.
I call myself his second mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Ashley. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now she has 3 kids. So she has 4 kids now with Mike.
Wow. That's incredible. So when you took that work ethic into starting your company, how, and you said that you didn't use the same clients. I'm actually curious then, how did you get your clients? Like, did you cold call?
It was God, completely God, because I started working as a contractor. I didn't have direct contracts. So I started working as a contractor, but then people started calling me out of nowhere. Hey, listen, I need help in this. And my first shot, somebody gave it to me in Kansas, out of all places, Kansas. Close to Kansas City, but not in Missouri, on the Kansas side, in the middle of nowhere. This company is struggling, and they knew me, from the past. So it took us months before they gave me a chance because they were struggling from the beginning, but they had to. There were so many things going on to the time that they gave me a chance, and that was my first shot as a direct contract
in Kansas.
in Kansas.
So do you have like a permanent spot in Kansas?
Now, for 10 years, I've been in Kansas.
Oh, wow.
And we have a big group of people there. Like we have like 40 guys working for us in Kansas, and because that place has been growing crazy, and we've been delivering appliances for 10 years in Kansas.
So was that your first non-Miami office, for about
Well, that was my first shot at all.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have an office in Miami. So you
literally hadn't done anything in Miami yet?
Yes, I was working as a contractor here for another company.
Yeah.
I had 2 trucks working, but not direct contract. So I was, I was working for somebody like Mega.
Got it.
As a contractor.
Yeah.
And then I had my first shot in Kansas, and from there, everybody started calling, and here, there. So what I did, I took all my trucks out from being a contractor because I didn't want to sign non-compete. I wanted to wait. And it took me a little longer to get more business because I was waiting for the direct contract, not being a third party. I wanted to be direct with the retailers. And that's what happened. Waiting, call after call. All the big retailers started calling me, and everybody knew me. So I started, just signing contract with big ones, So here in Miami, we have the biggest retailers. We do work for them, and exactly the same. We're now in 17 states, so that's beautiful.
That's insane. Congratulations. That's a huge feat. So when you first started, and you said your first one is Kansas. How was that from a business perspective? Because, most people, they start a business, they can have the luxury of kind of staying in one city and kind of building it out. How do you do it when you can get a call anywhere in the country and you need a literal truck to be there?
That's why I told you that my college was that company that I used to work. I didn't know that those days traveling so many days out of the year was going to open doors for me later. So because I was doing it for somebody else, I was already doing it for 10 years for somebody else. So I knew how to do the logistics of opening a location in another state. And so that was a blessing working for somebody else for many years, because that opened the door for me to go and do it super easy. Because the niche was that I know there's places in the United States that it's hard to find people to work or do, this kind of work. So what I did, I grew everybody here, and I moved them over there. I took everybody from Miami to those states, and that's what opened the doors for me.
And you said 17 locations across the U.S. right now?
We have a little bit more than 17 locations, but 17 states.
17 states. Oh, okay. So even more.
Yes.
And so it seems like you kind of grew very naturally and very quickly, but I'm sure there were kind of a lot of speed bumps in starting your own business.
Yes.
What were some of those?
Some of those is getting paid every Friday. I was used to it, getting paid every Friday. And then being on my own, I didn't know. Well, I knew, but I never felt it. The business goes up and down. Okay, so there's months where you don't sell no appliances because people are not, summer months are really hard for one side of the business, the retail side. When it's multifamily, you don't feel it because it's better to do construction on the summer. So you do a lot of deliveries when you on that side. But retail, it goes down because when school is out, money stopped in the United States. And I didn't know that. Now I need to pay people, but money's not coming in, but I need to pay everybody else. So I felt that was one of the first mistake. I was not holding money from Black Friday to in New Year's. You make a lot of money because retail goes crazy, and summer comes and you don't have a penny in the bank. Now you need to pay everybody. So that was a learning process that I need to cash up really fast because if not, I would have been out of business. So that was one of the bumps in the road that I never saw coming.
Yeah, how did you deal with that with employees being like, "Where's more money?"
Oh no, I pay everybody. I didn't pay myself. I was robbing Peter to pay Paul, but I was paying everybody on time, all the time, because that was one of the things that I learned early in the business. Is like you work for your money, okay? Make sure that you get paid, and exactly the same now you want to pay somebody else is doing it for you. Because I remember when I was in the truck and I was missing, $100 in my check, and I used to, hey, I need that money. So that's why I always pay my guys first, and then, the rest we take care of business with that.
How does that pressure get to you? Because a lot of my family members are small business owners, and I know like kind of the pressure of having somebody else's livelihood in your hands. How did that kind of affect the beginners? Did that kind of will you more to do better, or did that kind of like scare you?
No, that's like the gas to that make me go every morning is those people, because I was one of them. So at the end of the day, that makes me go, be more hungry because I want them to do good,
And is it really important you to set a sort of certain kind of culture at your company?
Well, yes.
And what's that?
We only have one thing. It's our name. We don't have nothing else. We don't come from money. We don't have investors. Everything grew from the inside. So we have to make sure that our name is, because it's the only thing we have to take care of it. And so the culture is that, okay, I'm going to behave good. So I'm going to respect everybody. Exactly the same. We want that to be passed to the other guys, So respect, I think, is the one thing that I can say we are proud of, as a family.
My dad always says the only thing you have is your own name.
That's it.
Yep. So let's talk about a little bit more kind of actually the logistics of the business. So I know there's commercial and I know there's residential. Can you tell me first about the commercial side and kind of how that works? What are your clients on the commercial side and more like that?
Can I say names?
Yeah.
Companies?
Brag. Be like, these are my clients.
Well, one of my biggest clients is Ferguson. A lot of people don't know who Ferguson is. Ferguson is big. I know. People in the industry know, but people outside, they know the name. They know Home Depot, Lowe's, Best Buy. That's what they know when it comes to appliances. Lowe's is big. Their biggest thing is plumbing. They started with plumbing, then when lighting, cabinets, and they finished, now they're doing appliances for the past 10 years, a little bit more. And they be buying companies that do appliances nationwide. So Ferguson is one of those customers that they do both. I can go to a regular house with a customer, but 80% of our business with Ferguson is multifamilies. There's no, people living in the places. It's empty buildings. We're doing the whole building. And that we've been doing that 10 years with them, different places.
So does that happen more on the construction side, like before
Yes.
the buildings go up?
No. Well.
Or for sale, rather.
The sale goes before the building starts, and we already put the prices. Like we have now contracts that are going to start. We're going to be delivering on 28, 29, but the contract is already signed. So that the merchandise is already sold. We're just waiting for the building to be built. But as soon as the building is finished, we come and we do all the appliances in different places. That's the multifamily commercial side. Is the CC Homes, the Cass Construction, the Lennar, all these big companies, they buy from different places. They buy from GE, they buy from Whirlpool, they buy from Lowe's, Home Depot, or they can go to Ferguson. They can buy direct, or they can go through whoever's going to give them the better service. And we work for all of them.
That's incredible. And when you say you do, you just made me realize, let's rewind a little bit because now I'm just curious. When you first started your installations, what appliances were you working with? Do you start like in a specific, like I only do refrigerators, or how does that work?
No, all of them. Home appliances, we don't do electronics. We only do appliances. Appliances from washers, dryers, dishwashers, microwaves, range, refrigerators, the hoods, the ovens, the coffee makers now that is popular now with high-end appliances. So to give you a little bit more details, okay? So appliances go different ways, okay? So we have a contract with one of the big retailers that we only do complex installs. To explain myself, complex installs is we only do ovens, dishwashers, hoods, cooktops, things that you need to be specialized on. So we had to train our guys to be carpenters, plumbers, electricians, just to do one installation.
That was going to be my next question about training, because God forbid something breaks in my house. Like I have no idea where to even begin. And I feel like that's most of the American people. What does training look like for them? Is it just like they come and they learn by just doing it? Or do you guys have like actual courses that you do, like little mini courses, or?
Both. Okay. The courses, the videos, and all that is good. It's really good, but it doesn't teach the guys everything. They had to go out there. And that when I went to work for that company training people, I learned that training is not that easy. I was a good trainer, but it was hard. When I say hard, extremely hard. So I learned that it's not easy to have a guy next to you that you had to teach the business while you had to be in the customer's house still delivering the merchandise. So that's why we do 3 in a truck. Okay, so we have somebody that we're training, and he's an apprentice, and then we have 2 guys that knows what they're doing. Okay, so you're gonna see the first day. You're not gonna touch anything. All I want you to do is, watch what we're doing. Next day, then we start teaching them, little by little. Okay, this is how you put the cords. This is how you do the water. This is how you do the connections, little by little. And a lot of guys get them in 3 days. Some guys 2 weeks. And some guys, it takes a lot of time for them to learn, but they every morning there. And if you're willing to come at 5 a.m. and finish at, sometimes 10 p.m. and you come next morning, I'm going to do my best to teach you, even if it takes me 6 months.
That's incredible. That was going to be my next question, because I was like, I feel like you can never teach me as much as you can try. And so that's actually fascinating to hear. Like you literally will wait that long.
It's easier than what you think.
Really?
Yes. It looks complicated, but it's easier than what you think if you have the will. But a lot of people, they have the knowledge, but they don't want to wake up in the morning. They want to be home at 2 p.m. They don't want to do it. They rather do something else.
Right. Of course, it's a difficult job.
It is.
And when you say you train them, is it like one person trained specifically for, dryers and another, or everybody does everything?
Everybody has to do everything.
Wow.
Everybody has to do everything. Because one of the things that we do in the commercial side is that we get the whole house. So we get a few houses a day to go do. So we have 5 refrigerators, 5 stoves, 5 microwaves, dishwashers, washers, dryers. And those guys go and they had to do everything. They had to complete every single unit. And we only finish when we finish. We don't have a time.
And when you were talking about the training, I watch a lot of TV shows with hospitals, and they have like teaching hospitals where they have the resident right next to it. And has there ever been a circumstance where the customer is maybe annoyed that you're training someone and they're like, just install my appliance, or not really?
Yes. Customers, they come in it's difficult, because a lot of time you go to a restaurant, okay, and you see a customer that is upset and he's complaining and, and saying things that you don't want to hear in a restaurant, but he's in, somebody else's place. Now we go to that customer that is screaming in a restaurant. We go inside their houses. So imagine how difficult it is when you see a difficult customer. Sometimes we inside their place.
That must be so much fun.
You know it is. You know it is. That's why we never get bored because it's a fun business. We get those customers that they don't understand, and we have to deal with it. It's hard, but we have to. We don't have a choice.
Seems like a lot of your job is dealing with a bunch of different personalities. You have the customer side, you have the corporate side, you have the client side, and then you have the delivery guys.
Yes.
That's a lot.
It is. It is. And a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people think, and even in the industry, one day I wish they call me to be in a meeting, maybe in Washington to talk about architects and designers, because when they do in these buildings, they don't think about a human is going to come and deliver the merchandise. So
never thought about that in my life.
They don't think about it because it looks good on paper. When you're designing, you want to design something nice. But what about now you want a sub-zero 48-inch in a stairs that is beautiful? How we put it up there?
That was going to be my next question. What are like your toughest installs? Are there certain appliances that are harder than others? Or is it more a circumstance of design and be like, you can't have a refrigerator in your bathroom?
Yeah, there's definitely, there's different, appliances that are harder than other ones. Just like everything else in life, It's like this little, nice, beautiful chair compared to a sofa bed to a second floor. This is going to be easier. Even though they have the same width and the same length, the other one is longer and heavier. So you're going to have more problems taking the sofa bed to the second floor than this chair. So it's exactly the same with appliances. But now the designers or the architects, they design these beautiful townhouses and they put the kitchen on the third floor. And they design everything to be high-end appliances. High-end appliances, they're not only more expensive, they're heavier, they're nicer. A lot of people spend a lot of money, and you want those to get to your house in in good shape. You don't want scratches, dents, anything like that. But now the architect, he designed a stairs that goes like this to the third floor, and you have to bring a 48-inch refrigerator. Now, when you were bringing it in, it's okay because the house is brand new. They don't have no rails, no nothing. They don't care about the steps because the floor is not even done. Now, 10 years from now, that refrigerator is not going to be working. So now explain to me how we're going to bring that baby down, the old one, and bring a new one, heavier, and put it in the same place without scratching and touching and, scraping something.
Has there ever actually been a scenario where you couldn't install something because of the design? Now I'm just curious.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Now I just want to know what was the circumstance.
Exactly the same. Okay. We're going to make it happen, but customers, they don't understand. Okay. Listen, the only way we can do it, if we rent a crane, we're going to have to come through your balcony into your living room, and then we have to do all this. But for that, we had to rent the crane. You're going to have to pay for it. Because architect already left, the building, the construction company is gone. Now the customer that is stuck with this big old refrigerator, and we throw all that at them, they get really upset. But it happens. It's something that happens in the business, and we have to deal with it, But
just another thing you got to deal with.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming, does residential change much more than commercial, or is it just when on your residential side, how does it work? Is it any different?
The residential side is we have the customer, so we had to have that relationship with the customer, and that makes it a little more harder than commercial. Commercial is easy because you don't have a customer. Everything's dirty. Everything is just go in and out, and you are just making sure that you install the merchandise right. When it comes to home deliveries, like with regular residents, you have the customer with you at all time. Okay, the customer, when they pay for appliances, they expecting the guy to know everything about the appliances that they purchase, even though we don't know everything about the appliances. When you go to the store, that's something else now in the business. that 35% of the business is done online. People don't go to the stores anymore, you know. So now it's 35%. Maybe it's a little bit more. Last time I heard was 35%. So 35 customers out of 100, they bought the merchandise online. They don't know nothing about the merchandise. They're expecting the delivery guy to know about it. And we don't sell appliances. We only do deliveries and installations. So that makes it a little harder because now we had to learn how to explain to the customer how to use the new washer that has, you know, a whole computer in front of you. And the appliances are getting more sophisticated every single day. Now, I'm going to say 70% of the appliances, they have Wi-Fi. That before we didn't have to connect no Wi-Fi to any appliances. Now, you can be in the supermarket buying your turkey and you can preheat your oven from your phone without leaving the supermarket.
I did not know that. I do not have one of those ovens.
Now, but you're going to see it more and more because they, you know, and exactly the same with the refrigerators. There's a lot of the high-end refrigerators that you in the supermarket, you forgot what you went to buy at the supermarket, so you can open your phone and check what is inside your refrigerator. Easy. You just open an app and you can see.
Wow.
And there's some of them that you have to put the eggs in the same place, and it will tell you you need eggs because of the weight, or you need milk because it's not, you know.
This is crazy. I did not know this technology existed
Oh,
already.
the technology is out there. And so imagine what we had to learn in order for us to go and deliver our merchandise. So the business is going to a place that those guys are geniuses because they had to drive a truck, a big truck, because nobody's driving the truck. The same installer that drives a big truck, now he's a truck driver, has to get to a house, bring the old one out, bring the new one in, okay, install the new one, hook up the water, electricity, Wi-Fi. Now teach the customer how to use it. And imagine, we have to background the people, drug test the people, because they're going to go inside customers' houses.
Woof.
So drug test, background, driver's license, insurance. Now they need to know technology because everything is in an app. Like right now, we get all our customers, they get sent to an app. So we need to make sure that our guys know technology. One of them needs to speak English. Driver's license, background, drug test, technology. It's so many things, and you only see your appliance. Like when you go to wash in your house, you know, you see the washer and the dryer. You don't know what it takes to have that installed in your house until you listen to somebody like Mike. No,
I feel like I have such a different perspective now, and there's so many different facets of your business. What's your favorite part about the job?
I'm going to say people. At the end of the day, people, because we need that customer, that angry customer. We need them because without them, we don't have a job, you know. And so, you know, I have met so many people during my 30 plus years in the business. So I think that's the one thing. And that nobody wants to do it, so I have a good business.
You have a great business.
I think the best business because nobody wants to do this. Nobody. Everybody's running from it.
And so where can people find you?
They can find me at megabrotherslogistic.com. And it's exactly the same with Instagram, Mega Brothers, YouTube, Mega Brothers. Everything is Mega Brothers Logistic.
Well, thank you so much for being here today and speaking with me.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Have a great day.